Station 97.3 The Fan.
And the Padres in front.
An Odyssey Sports Station. This program is sponsored and produced by Let's Talk Hookup. Opinions and offers expressed during this program are not those of Odyssey or 97.3 The Fan. Sometimes they tell some pretty hefty fish stories. We don't know if they're true or not.
And now, it's time for Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's Talk Hookup. For the next 2 hours, join Pete Gray, Rock Cod Rick Mexa, Corey Sandin, and this week's special expert guest for fishing information, new techniques to catch more fish, and the most current scoop on what's happening in the water. Let's Talk Hookup is sponsored in part by Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup, and Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. Get ready for the fastest 2 hours on radio with the hosts of Let's Talk Hookup, Pete Gray, Rock Cod Rick Mexa, and Corey Sandin.
Good morning, anglers, and welcome to Let's Talk Hookup, man. We have a great show for you today. We're going to be talking tackle, and we're going to be talking tackle day with the guru himself. Doug Kern is in the studio with us today. It's myself, Corey, hanging out, having a great time fishing with you. Pete is in Montana trying to sneak one last trip in there before the big freeze. Sounds like they have been having some great fishing back there. And Corey and I are just stoked to hang out and talk fishing with you with the tackle master, Doug Kern of Fisherman's Landing Tackle. And when we come back, we're going to be taking your phone calls, reading your text messages, great reports, lots of great info coming your way. You stay tuned. It's Southern California's sport fishing voice. This is Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook and YouTube Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
The reels that Southern California anglers have been waiting for are here. Shimano is proud to introduce the all-new Talica 40A and 50A reels. The Talica series is Shimano's flagship 2-speed lever drag reel. It sits at the very pinnacle of the offshore world. Shimano has increased the fishability of the larger Talica models by reducing rotational resistance at high drag and improving durability in critical positions within the reel. The all-new Talica 40A and 50A now boast Infinity Drive, which employs 2 drag washers housed on the side of the reel, allowing for an ultra-smooth, powerful drag system, while at the same time increasing winding power under a load by as much as 40%. The new Talica is built around a more compact, cold-forged machine aluminum one-piece frame. Plus, there's also a new higher high gear, built with a Southern California angler in mind. The new Talica 40 and 50A are available now at your local Shimano dealer.
Saturday, November 1st, it's Tackle Day at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego, and it's our largest sale ever. Plenty of seminars by saltwater experts and over 20 reps from tackle manufacturers like Daiwa, Salty Crew, Shimano, Iser, and Power Pro. Don't miss all the great seminars, the huge raffle to benefit Rollo's kids, the popular casting contest, and of course, the huge sale. For the best ever tackle bargains, check out Tackle Day at Fisherman's Landing, Saturday, November 1st.
Take a closer look at the Ford Bronco and Bronco Sport. You'll see adventure, discovery, and even a little mud. These 4x4s provide the muscle, tech, and durability to go anywhere. Get your ideal combination of power and capability to handle whatever comes your way with the GOAT modes. That's goes over any terrain. It's time to see Ford in a new light. New inventory has arrived. Visit your San Diego County Ford dealer to take a test drive today. They'll be glad to hook you up.
All right, welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup, and stoked to be talking Tackle Day today.
Today, I can't wait. Yeah, today is a very fun show. Always look forward to this one. It's where we get to talk a bunch of tackle, and Tackle Day is coming up next weekend, a week from yesterday, next Saturday, November the 1st. And, you know, we worked so hard to put this one together, and I've been probably inappropriately spilling beans that, you know, hopefully Doug hasn't been listening to every show and heard all the things that I'm probably not supposed to say, but I've said anyways about it. And Tackle Day is just a very fun one for us. It's the event that Fisherman's Landing Tackle puts on. I said it yesterday. We try to make a very big showing anytime we go to an event. We love PCS show. We love Day at the Docks. We love all those things. But this is our event. And like, we just try to pull out the stops, and Doug does some things that Doug just doesn't do throughout the rest of the year when it comes to Tackle Day to make this thing cool. And it's going to be really fun to get to hang out for a couple hours and talk all about it today.
Yeah, and I heard all the stuff you've been saying. Uh-oh. And it's easier to get forgiveness than permission. Yeah. So we'll just hope we fly under the radar.
I'm just proud of it, man. Like, it's some really good stuff. And I think that's what I've been trying to mention is like, it's just, this is a lot more than a parking lot sale. And a parking lot sale is a great thing on its own. That's no knock to a parking lot sale. And that's no knock to any of the other sales out there whatsoever. They're all great. And they're all awesome opportunities to get tackle. But this is the very best sale that we have throughout the year by a big margin. And it's more than just that. It's an event to come and hang out and see all this stuff.
I kind of view it as, if somebody's putting on a party, they want to take care of their guests. And our customers throughout the years and the decades have been our mainstay, and they're our guests and they're our friends. And yes, we're going to get rid of some of our, Doug's buying mistakes. We're going to get rid of items that have been discontinued at ridiculous prices. And the sale is always part of it. But we have so much more going on this year than we ever had. We really turn it into an event more than a parking lot sale. And we'll talk about some of those features as we go through the show a little by little so that we can elaborate on each one. But, I think everybody knows we have the Shimano and the San Diego Anglers casting contest. Surface iron, which relates exactly to Fisherman's Landing. Most casting contests are a spinning rod or a bass rod going into a little hula hoop, but we're right on the bay, and so we're bombing 70 to 100-yard casts down the way, trying not to hit Pete's boat.
Yeah, for those that don't know, the casting contest lane goes along Fisherman's Landing. There's a nice open lane. I mean, you can make an over 100-yard cast. However, the closest object to get struck does happen to be Pete's beautiful new striker. I mean, he is the closest thing to the line of fire. So usually if Pete's in town, we'll just kind of edge it around or maybe move it to another spot. But there's been times when Pete was out of town or it just didn't happen. And it's in the line of fire, boy. You get a little off and,
And there's another danger zone that's across the casting lane from there, and that's Frank's window.
Yeah, totally.
You gotta be careful.
One of my favorite moments ever. The casting contest is one of my favorite things. One of my favorite things at Tackle Days. It's super fun. It's my favorite always is like the couple of buds that are standing in line and waiting their turn, and it's the BS in between each other. I guarantee I can cash for I'll buy your lunch if you think you can get farther than me. And it's like the side bet fun. But every year when it comes out, we always, you got to make sure that the gear's working right. You got to make sure that the laser finder is accurate, all those things. So there's always several little mini tackle shop competitions.
Oh, yeah.
And one of my favorite, we were doing that, making sure the gear was right. Everybody was having their, pissing contest about who's the farthest caster and all these things. And Tim Ekstrom walks by, who's, as you know, Tim's the alpha, never afraid of competition. It's like, let me see that thing. And Tim made a couple of great casts, and maybe his third one was the one that we all know it. We've all had the one where everything flows right. The rod loaded perfect. It unloaded even better. The reel is just firing. Tim uncorked what is still, I think, the best cast that I've ever seen come off the dock. And that lure climbed up to a nice altitude, leveled off, and was just cruising. And it was going to go forever. And I remember him, us both, looking at that thing flying, and both oh, S, he stopped that jig and it hung up in the tall lamps, almost, I call it a street lamp. It's not that, but the tall lamps that were in front of Frank's office. I'm certain.
Over the boardwalk.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. I'm certain.
I mean, just on the edge of the boardwalk,
right,
heading towards Frank's window.
Had he not stopped it, that 7X is blowing right through that window. I guarantee it's still the best cast. I have not seen one close to it yet. He was going through that window. It's my favorite casting contest moment yet. Unfortunately, the crowd wasn't there. It was on a setup day, but that thing was moving.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was fun.
I've always thought, maybe someday we'll do this. We should have an exhibition, a pros exhibition where they bring down their 10-foot rods and, whatever jig, has a little bit of the right, aerodynamics and the right weight and just see Danny Wade and some of these guys just unleash as just an exhibition. How fun would that be for people after everybody's thrown a good cast and everybody says, oh, I throw 100 yards. No, you don't. A 70-yard cast is a very legitimate,
fantastic,
gonna catch yourself a yellowtail cast. And when some of these guys get an 80, 90, 100-yard cast, it's really it's just an amazing
something to see.
You just can't believe it. It's like when and I've done this at Torrey Pines. I stood on the tee box with Tiger Woods, and he unleashed a 350-yard drive, and it's like, okay, those guys are in such a different league.
Totally.
I think it'd be fun just to see, get like the 5 guys that are the who's who of bombing surface irons and let people see what really the upper echelon is of that sport.
Because the casting contest, the gear is provided. It's sponsored by Shimano, and it's 2 great outfits. It's a Terramar 9-foot heavy surface iron rod, a Tranx 500 reel, 40-pound mono. And that is a fantastic outfit. But just like Doug, you're saying, you have a 10-foot 100J Trinidad 20, all tuned up. Our jigs are Salis 7X lights, but they also have a little bit done to them. We've had the hook removed. There's a little bit of padding that is wrapped around it just in case a frank window gets in the way.
Yes.
So
or a person standing on the sidewalk.
For sure. It very minorly, but it does take away from a little bit of the aerodynamics. But that's also not the end of the world, because our lane is perfect for 100 yards plus a little bit, which is beyond the distance of most everybody, but not everybody. Nope. So it's all good, but I'm with you. I would love to see one of these days, like the run what you brung, bring your own, side competition. But how cool is that casting contest that anybody can come down? It is completely free.
Yep.
And whoever makes the longest cast wins a brand new Shimano reel valued at over $500.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, nothing. No, anything.
Donated by Shimano. And then second prize is one of those 9-foot jig sticks that we use. Not one of the used ones, though. You get a brand new one. And then the third prize is kind of the fun one. And now with the price of jigs, it's actually worth a little bit. But we take our guys in the shop, and each guy gets to pick their number 1 surface iron. So you're getting, like, they're going through the wall, looking at the edges, making sure that this is a jig that's going to be a swimmer. And then we put 6 of those jigs in a Plano box, and they win that. And so, I mean,
how cool.
We don't put any restrictions on the boys, too.
Yeah.
It's like a Plano box has however many spots it holds, 6 spots or whatever. Like, you pick your one. Don't worry about the price tag. If it's a $40 2-fish jig CNC, if it's an old school Tatty 45, if it's a 7X light, whatever that is, no restrictions. You pick your favorite, and that's what one of the casting contests.
So that's third place.
That's third place. Yeah.
Yep. And then we also do a ladies and a juniors category, and they each win a Shimano rod, a Terramar rod. So we've got 5 good prizes, and a 12-year-old kid is not going to be able to come up there and compete, with some of the guys that can throw a jig 80 yards. So we give them their own category, and they're competing against, young guys their own age. Yeah. And so that's cool. And I'm not sure we need to have a ladies contest with the length of some of these casts that the ladies have done, but we keep it intact.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a fun one.
What a fun day.
The one last thing that I always like about it too is you get it's free. You get your 1 cast, or so you basically get 3 casts. The first one is a practice, and it does not count even if it happens to be your best one. And the reason for that practice is it allows our flagger to at least kind of get in the range roughly of where your jig is going to land. And then the next 2 count. They're measured with a laser range finder. And then, the best of those 2 becomes your cast. Now, if you could have done better, like, man, my line fluffed up, the wind was bad, my buddy sneezed when I was casting. If you could do better, you can get back into line, make a donation to Friends of Rollo, I believe like $5 or $10.
I think it's $10.
Yeah. So if you need to have a second shot at it, you can throw $10 to Friends of Rollo, and then you can get another shot, and you can give it another go.
What a cool deal.
But we don't let people go 20 times, because eventually you're going to uncork the winning, and we want to keep the line moving so other guys can do it. But yeah, you go to the back of the line, you get 1 shot at redemption, and maybe that gets you into the money.
Yeah. And that's just one of the many things, it's a sale first and foremost, no doubt. Like, it is the probably best, I know it is. It is the best sale of the year that Fisherman's Landing puts on in terms of incredible deals.
And I know this is
the
year that's the best year I think we've ever had. This is our 21st year of doing this, and we always have some great, anybody that's come down here knows we pull out all the stops, but we just found ourselves after the COVID era overstocked, a lot of manufacturers discontinuing items, and we've found ourselves with a lot of this stuff left in stock, and we just decided, this is the time to get rid of it. And Rick talked about it yesterday. We have 2 absolutely first run, awesome lever drag 2-speeds, a Penn and a Shimano, and they're going to be hundreds of dollars off,
hundreds
of the retail value. just because we need to thin things out a little bit, and we're not going to save it for some of the other shows. We want to do this at our home event.
Exactly.
We could just as easily take it to some of the other things that we do, but this is the customer appreciation type of a day, and we want people to come down, and if they're in the market for a 2-speed reel and they happen to be those sizes, then might as well save the money, and then you get the free line on top of that. I mean, you're getting
come on. And
see, I didn't mention that because I didn't know that was even the case. Like, I didn't want to say it because I didn't know that was the case. We're talking again. I know I'm not supposed to say it, and I know that I can't say the number, but what I can say is I know that we're going to have Talica 20, first gen, probably the greatest 2-speed reel that was ever made for a 20-year span for under $500.
Yeah, and that's what all these bluefin have been caught on, and long range fish, and I mean everything else over the last however long they've had that reel, 20, 15 years, whatever it is.
And I didn't realize that. So on top of that reel for being under $500, you're also going to throw in, they'll also will be, I mean, what probably is, depending on what you pick and size and everything, it's probably going to be another $150 worth of line.
Well, yeah,
going on that thing.
500 yards is what that holds. And, that line is now $42 per 100 yards. You're talking about $240 or whatever it is.
Come on. Yeah. And so what, I mean, can I have my choices, Spectra? Or is it, I like Power Pro. Like, can I choose?
We have all the good brands,
yes,
but some of like the hollow braid,
yes,
hollow ace, those kind of things, we have a $6 per 100 yard upcharge,
which is ridiculous.
So it's
I mean that's
$30.
But also, I don't want to make it sound like you're being forced into one or the other. Like there are really good first run every day, what we use all the time, different spectras for you to choose from for $0 also. So it's just that caveat is just in case somebody really wants one of the ultra expensive, just so we don't go too far backwards.
And the way we work that is you get 1 yard of Spectra per dollar spent. And that's to prevent some of the pretty, I'll call them pretty smart and and creative guys from bringing in like a 50 international and filling up 65 pounds so they can fill all of their buddies' bass reels for free. We're not going to give you 2,000 yards of line.
But like I said, you're gonna roll in TAC 20 under $500, free 500 yards worth of Spectra, done, out the door, epic.
I mean, if you're in the market to buy a reel,
oh, dude, it's it.
Where else are you going to go? I mean, come on.
It's going to be really fun. And like you said, Doug, there's 2 hours worth of talking about all the fun and all the festivities that are about to be today. It's just going to be a really fun, killer show, and I just can't wait, Corey. It's going to be a really good one.
Definitely. We're going to have 2 hours of good times talking tackle days, and I can't believe it's already next Saturday.
So one treat that we always have is we're going to have Corey on hand. And geez. So if you guys, I mean, you're the type of guy that people want to talk to, because bass fishing is probably more technical than tuna fishing.
No problem.
And there's nobody in Southern California that knows this type of bass fishing, Calico Bay, all that, than Corey. And and he'll pick out the baits for you for your particular situation. So, I mean, that right there, you guys should put that on your to-do list when you come to Tackle Day.
I appreciate that, Doug. I mean, I'm looking forward to being there. And I mentioned it a couple weeks ago. I was going to work on making some 7-inch flukes. I have made an awesome selection of 7-inch flukes. That crazy deal.
That has taken over such a huge segment. The white sea bass fishing, both up the coast. I mean, literally from home to the north of the Channel Islands, and then also at Cedros. That crazy fluke style fishing. It has changed. It has changed how we fish for.
I was just talking with RC this morning in the shop and explained to him. Like, and I'm bringing some 5-inch drop shot because it's the same. Mm-hmm. It's the same pattern, just a smaller offering.
Yep.
I was telling RC, I made both of those lures over 20 years ago.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Like, wrap your mind around that. And it's come full circle.
Totally.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's funny how the fish are the same fish that they were. They've been the same fish for thousands of years. And we used to use almost exclusively 4.5 and 6 ounce Hopkins spoons for wahoo this time of year. Well, it got into other jigs and jig makers, and they're promoting it. And the Hopkins sort of just faded into the background. Well, a couple of our guys stopped making wahoo jigs this year.
Like 2 of our favorite
Really?
jig makers,
Yes.
both retired and just hung it up. Nobody else bought the company. Nobody think like, one of the classic jigs, like, oh no, that's just gone now. Like, wait, what?
Yeah. And so, now we're down to, maybe a 6X Junior Chrome, which are pretty darn hard to get if if you've seen that over the years.
We have
And so
JRI make us those killer.
Yes, right. Yeah.
Stinger heavies that are all wahooed out.
They're the Stinger's a skinnier jig, so you can crank it fast. And we put a high-end owner Siwash hook on that thing. So that is one of the ones we have left. But we resurrected that Hopkins spoon. And within the first trip, guys are putting pictures on the internet of Hopkins hanging out of these 50-pound wahoos.
It was like such the funny blast from the past. Doug told the story perfect. Like, Raiders kind of went away. The other ones went away. And it was like, like, what are we going to do? Doug's like, I know exactly what we're going to do. I've been selling this lure for 20 years. I wonder if it's still around. Yep, still is.
41 years.
Yeah.
How crazy.
Got it, came in on the shelf immediately. It was like, oh man, that's the hot jig. If make sure you got a chrome 6-ounce Hopkins spoon or a gold wave. It's like, it was the hot jig 30 years ago on the
Isn't that
RP,
crazy?
yeah. And it just, and instantly they start flying. Like, you got that, they got that hot, but again, it's everything right. It's short. It's heavy. It's flat, so it winds through the water real fast.
It sinks fast.
It's perfect.
The guys in their 30s are walking the aisles, don't even have a clue, and the guys in their 60s plus are walking by going, "Oh my God, you have Hopkins back in stock."
That's pretty fun, man.
Oh man, we're gonna have a fun 2 hours though, and having Doug Kern in studio talking tackle days, like we said, next Saturday.
Yeah,
incredible. Come on down.
Yep, it's gonna be a good one.
And so having these 2 hours with Doug in the world headquarters, overlooking the landings, and God, seeing the RP unload this morning, and just seeing the action down there,
that is
gets
the
my blood going.
Long range boat from
I love it.
Forever.
I know it gets my blood going. And you want to join us? You can do it on the phone. We have Jeff this morning, Rick.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Stand by.
Jeff's waiting at the fan. The number 833-288-0973. That's the number to the fan there. Or you can send us a text via the app. And I've seen a ton of texts already, Rick. There's a lot coming through. And if you want to do that, make sure you do leave your name and telephone number, because at the end of the show, we're going to have Doug flip the prize coin to see whether this $100 gift card to Fisherman's Landing Tackle is going to a caller or a texter. And when we return, is there something else? Am I missing something?
No, I always have a question though. Can they use that $100 on tackle day?
Well, I was going to jump in, but I didn't want to step on Corey over there.
I saw the look.
But if you bring that to tackle day, and what I would suggest you do with that $100 is buy a $100 mystery box. And we'll talk about that after the break.
Hey.
But you
is
can
it
turn that
in, or is
you can
just wait.
You can turn that into 250 plus and maybe have a shot at a 2-speed reel.
What?
For $100.
Come on.
All right, let's talk about
We're going to be right back on the Let's Talk About YouTube, Facebook Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
Ready for the largest event in our history. Saturday, November 1st, it's Tackle Day at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego. We'll have great savings from Daiwa on Saltist, Saltiga, and the entire electric reel lineup. A fantastic offer on the Proteus rods and SK jigs, too. Over 20 manufacturers reps, including Daiwa, plenty of seminars by saltwater experts, huge raffle, and most of all, incredible deals on tackle. Up to 60% off. Tackle Day at Fisherman's Landing, Saturday, November 1st.
This is Captain Tim Ekstrom from the long-range vessel Royal Star. With my partners Randy Toussaint and Brian Sims, we have set the bar for the long-range fishing experience. Spring 8-day, summer 5-day, or fly-down, fly-back 11-day winter trip, we deliver the highest quality long-range voyage you will find. From our premium RSW fish storage to our top-of-the-line chefs and crew, Royal Star distinguishes itself from all others. Want to grab a spot on the Royal Star? Check us out at royalstarsportfishing.com or call Tracy at 619-224-4764.
Turner's Outdoorsman, Southern California's #1 shooting, hunting, and fishing tackle retailer since 1971, is right in your neighborhood. Now with stores throughout Southern, Central, and Northern California. No one does it better. Turner's Outdoorsman brings you the best prices and selection, plus a knowledgeable knowledgeable staff that will help make your day on the water or in the field more fun. Stop by your neighborhood Turner's Outdoorsman. To find the location nearest you, check the web at turners.com and sign up for special deals and more.
This is Pete Gray to tell you about my fishing buddy Dan Hume and his amazing company, Hume Termite. As you know, Southern California is infested with termites. It's a constant battle for anyone who owns a home, and that's where Hume Termite come in. They're strictly termite experts. They start with a thorough inspection to find out why you have termites in the first place, then recommend sustainable treatment options that work. Hume Termite has been controlling my termites for years, and I have recommended them to numerous friends. Did you know 99% of termite companies are commission-based? Not Hume Termite. They're all salaried employees, and with a thorough inspection, they'll help you solve your termite problems, not sell you something you don't need. Let Dan and his crew earn your business through customer service and trust. It's swarming season, and now is the time to call Hume Termite at 760-598-2201. They'll come out and give you honest answers to solve your termite issues. Check HumeTermite.com.
Introducing new Power Pro Max 8 microfilament braided fishing line. It's built for offshore anglers seeking smooth casting and control. Power Pro Max 8 features an 8-carrier Spectra HT construction that cuts through current with ease for precise vertical jigging with a 25% thinner diameter. Available in white and metered 4-color for trolling spread control and precise jigging depths. It's stronger, smoother, and thinner. Power Pro Max 8 is now available at your tackle retailer.
All right, welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. And as mentioned,
Okay.
Doug, right?
Yeah. What?
Okay. Well, so we're going to give away a $100 gift card to Fisherman's Landing Tackle Shop.
Right.
And
Epic.
Rick's question is, can you use it at Tackle Day? Well, the answer is yes. So we're going to go through a lot of the things we have on sale, but we've got two of our best fluorocarbon companies, AFTCO and Seagar, are going to be buy one, get one free. So if you bring your $100 gift card, you're getting $200.
Wait. Did I hear this right? Buy one?
Yeah.
Buy one.
Buy one, not buy two.
Buy one, get one free.
Yeah. I mean,
Come on.
we all know through all the shows through
The
the
gold?
years.
Can I buy the gold?
Yes, you can buy the gold. You can
Buy
buy
one,
the
get one
blue.
free.
Buy one, get one free.
You can buy, we've got a little Premier in there too, which is not as used with this Tune Bite, but all of that. And the Psycho fluorocarbon, which is an A+ that our long range guys absolutely love. So right there, you can turn your $100 into $200.
Sure.
But if it was me, I would go buy. So we have mystery boxes. They're these colorful boxes, and we put pretty legitimate salt water. There's jigs, there's line, there's Spectra,
fluoro,
just a wide variety.
Hooks.
Gift cards to like a half-day trip, or I can just go down the line. There's rods, but obviously we give you a coupon for the rod and you pick it up in the shop. It doesn't fit in a box. So there's a $50 box, which is guaranteed to have at least $125 worth of saltwater tackle. A $100 box is guaranteed to have $250 worth of saltwater tackle.
That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah. So you spend $100.
Yeah.
You do not know what is in the box. All you know is there's going to be $250 worth of legit, real. It's no BS plastic from 30 years ago that's melted out that you would never use. It's all legit stuff from the store.
Yeah, it's not
For
smelled
today.
trout.
That's what I'm
hooks.
trying to
It's
say, yeah.
not shark leaders.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
It's good
JRI
stuff.
surface jigs.
Yeah.
It's this Tatty 45 that the color isn't available anymore. It's hooks, it's passes, it's trips, it's fluoro, it's whatever. Yeah, $100 gets you $250 worth of stuff.
And then as a teaser, we're in some of these boxes, we're going to put extra.
like
So there
super-
might be a rod. There might be literally a 2-speed reel. And then we have concocted a $1,000 mystery box that will be guaranteed to have a 2-speed reel. And you'll get a minimum of $2,000 worth of tackle in the $1,000 mystery box.
That is
And that brings
crazy.
that- yeah, totally.
And we should have just made it an auction, because in the first 10 minutes, that's going to be gone.
Yeah,
Insane.
$1,000 box, guaranteed minimum of $2,000 worth of gear. Probably
Yes.
more than that, but
Yep.
yeah, guaranteed $2,000 worth of
So
stuff.
we're just making it
It'll be fun.
fun for everybody.
And then what about the raffle to benefit Captain Rollo's kids at sea?
Well,
Like,
yeah.
how does that?
And anybody that's been coming here for the
Yeah.
last 21 years to this event knows darn good and well that we have probably one of the best raffles in Southern California, the fishing industry. Rick is in charge of gathering the prizes, and everybody loves giving stuff to Rick for the raffle because it's going for a good cause. They want to support us. And, I think you mentioned yesterday on the radio, but Dallas and her team of expert, just so friendly and so engaging and fun to deal with. And they're selling the raffle tickets, and they'll have a giant table of raffles. Every one of the 25 vendors that we have coming to Tackle Day, part of that is we request that they give a prize. And sometimes it's, it's a rod, it's a reel, it's, a $300 tackle bag. I mean, everybody gives something pretty darn nice. And then we have all of our local businesses, several restaurants, the fuel dock, the bait receiver, and then a lot of our tackle companies that for one reason or another are not able to attend Tackle Day. Some of these are out of the area, 1,000 or 2,000 miles. They all send something down. So there's, God, I can only imagine, close to 100 gifts that we're receiving. I don't know for sure, but it's a huge raffle.
It's a fun one. And like I said, we teased it yesterday, but I got to just say again, the American Angler family, Lori was so generous. I asked if there was any chance we could maybe get a t-shirt for the raffle. And Lori's like, no, we're not going to give you a t-shirt. Like, how about a 2-day trip done on the American Angler? We got this 2-day. And if that 2-day doesn't fit their schedule, they can just apply 100% of the value towards a longer trip, in the future. That's a $900 value,
almost 1,000.
Somebody's gonna win. Somebody's gonna win.
That's crazy.
Somebody's gonna win a 2-day on the American Angler from $1 raffle ticket. You know what I mean? Like it's so cool. And we cut a big check to Frenzarala when it's all said and done. Like the money's going to send kids fishing. It's just awesome. Yeah, I'm so proud of the event and the day and the support we get. A pair of Baker Marine binoculars,
right?
All the bait scoop certificates, Point Loma Seafood, everybody. Just awesome. Yeah, it's a really fun one. And like we divide and conquer on asking for raffle prizes. Like RC knows all the people down at Harbor Town Pub, and they're giving us a bunch of killer, swag and gift certificates for the restaurant. And, Brandon's the Two Fish Jigs guys. Okay, no problem. I'll get you jigs. And Darren's,
we're going to have a lot of jigs.
Yeah, Darren's family owns US Bait Co. No problem. We'll get you some of these things. And like, it's just like all the cool stuff that people do. It's just awesome. And yeah, it's just all about raising money so that everybody that shows up gets a rad raffle, hopefully spends a bunch of money and a bunch of tickets, wins a bunch of stuff. And then we get to cut a big check to Frenzarala when it's all said and done.
And we do the raffles 3 times a day because I know there's some people that might have a soccer game, a baseball game to take their kids to later. And so we don't scrimp on the early ones. We have, a lot of nice gifts being given out throughout the day. So, you don't have to stay until that last one, but I will say a lot of the grand prizes are given away at that last raffle.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to leave for that one.
Yeah, no doubt.
No.
Well, hey, speaking of great fishing and great times, there was a great fishing trip that happened on board the Searcher. And our buddy Mike Toddard from the Searcher is on the line right now. Mike, good morning.
Good morning, Rick. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. We kind of heard through the grapevine the last 8-day you've been on. We kind of mentioned it a little bit yesterday. You guys have been crushing them. Tell us about how the fishing's been going for you guys.
It's been good down here. We're actually rolling down another 8-day right now. There's some sign of wahoo just about everywhere down here on kelps, out at the rocks and the ridge. We've had good yellowtail fishing on the beach, and the grade of tuna down here right now is phenomenal. We're headed for the rocks. Should be there sometime tomorrow, and grade of tuna down here right now, like I said, is phenomenal. So we're just left on one of these ultra limited load trips this morning or yesterday, and all the guys are starting to get rigged up here. Everyone's excited. It's been good.
Got to just be licking your chops. It sounds like the problem on the captain's seat is deciding which thing to deal with first. I mean, tuna that are up to and over 100 pounds, biting on the anchor, biting fly line heavy, the epic yellowtail fishing, the wahoo. Like how does the guy in your seat decide when all options are firing and open and available? Like, how on earth do you decide what to go do? Like everything that you would want to catch on an 8-day is available to you right now.
Yeah, that's it. And it's funny you say that. I got up about 3 this morning. I was still trying to decide where to point, but the reports that from the rocks yesterday sounded too good to pass up.
Nice.
So
that's
cool.
where we're headed. Yeah, and the great Oahu down here right now is huge. They're huge. They're like 50 to 90 pound fish.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And I know in the last trip you said every angler tagged at least one wahoo. Like everybody had wahoo they were bringing home. Some guys a bunch. I mean, it's so cool.
That's one of the goals for these longer trips. You know, a lot of guys, that's why they come on these trips to catch a wahoo. So, you know, we spent some time on each of these trips. Last trip was a 7-day, but we spent some time trying to make sure that we can get everyone one. And sometimes it works out, you get a bunch. Sometimes, it doesn't, but seem to be doing pretty good at least getting everyone one, which is one of the goals we make for these trips. So everyone's very happy getting off the boat yesterday.
So rad. And you talked about the grade of the tuna being better than average. What's the tuna fishing been like, and how are you guys catching them down there?
We fished the ridge last trip, and there's a kind of like a mix. There's a good ratio of like 60 to 80 pounders. And a lot of that, like 25 to 40 pound fish, are catching them fly lining mostly on catching the fish on the poppers and the stick baits and stuff, which is pretty cool. Was talking to one of the guys that's down here at the rocks yesterday. He said he had phenomenal fishing on mostly like 50 to 80 pound fish, fly line and 80 pound biting on the anchor.
Oh my gosh.
We're all excited for that.
God, that sounds good.
Yeah, we're stoked.
That's awesome,
Hopefully
Mike.
It holds up. Yeah.
Well, glad to hear your last trip went so good. I'm sure you're licking your chops to get down there with one of those awesome ultra limited load. I'm sure the handful of guys that are on the boat are all excited. Any opportunities to come? You guys have any spots on upcoming trips this fall? Like how's the rest of the season looking for the Searcher?
Yeah, we actually have one spot on the next 8-day. It's an identical trip to this one. It's ultra limited load, 14 guys. Everyone gets their own stateroom.
No.
Pretty cool trips. Yeah, it's we've been doing them as long as I've been here. I know Art did them for a while before too, and they're the guys really like them. They sell out pretty quick, and I think we had someone cancel or something, and so we got a spot on one of those coming up next week, and then we have a slightly larger load of 20 people the week after that, and there's a few spots left on that as well. So some very good fishing down here right now, and some opportunity to get out with us.
Mike, that is absolutely epic. And like you say, strike while the iron's hot. It doesn't 50 to 80 pound fish on the anchor biting 80 pound and wahoo zipping around everywhere. It doesn't happen all the time. So take advantage of this amazing fishing while it's happening. Well, a great opportunity. Yeah. Really appreciate that. If somebody wants to grab the spot on the trip that's leaving next week, or the other limited load trip you have right after that, how do we get a hold of you guys at the Searcher?
You can go on our website, searchersportfishing.com, and book that way, or give the office a call. And our office number is 619-226-2403. You can book either way. I don't know how much longer the spots will hold, so I'd get in on it while the fishing's good and while there's some availability.
Yeah, no doubt. Incredible. Well, really appreciate you keeping us up to date with what's happening down there. Congratulations on an epic trip. And, man, shoot us a call next week when you're coming back up the line. We'll want to hear how these lucky 14 guys that are on the boat with you today ended up on this great fishing.
Sounds good, Rick. Will do.
All right, Mike. Appreciate the call very much. That's Captain Mike Toddard live from the Searcher. Epic fishing down below.
50 to 90 pound wahoo?
Yep.
It's so cool. This is so cool what's going on right now.
The thing that comes to my mind when I hear him talking, the most common comment and question is in the tackle store is, God, when are the yellowfin ever going to come up here? I really want to catch a yellowfin. I love these bluefin. And so we didn't really gloss over it, but, we need to address that. If you want some of the best yellowfin fishing and some quality, 25 on up to well over 100 pounds, you owe it to yourself to get on an 8-day to 11-day trip, even a 7-day trip at the right time of the year, and get in on some of that, because the yellowfin is That's what Fisherman's Landing was built on. That's what the commercial industry in Southern California, San Diego, was built on. And that's a coveted, prized, unbelievably beautiful fish. And you really owe it to yourself.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
And
Well,
with the fish handling and fish processing we
Oh
have
my
today,
gosh.
it elevates it 10 more steps.
Well, yeah, that part of it, being able to have a quality product to take home.
Fisherman's processing.
You can't go buy that.
No.
You cannot go buy that product.
Absolutely not. No.
It's been so fun in the shops in the morning, just hearing the guys. Like it's been fun seeing like the captains and the crews coming through the tackle store and like grabbing extra stuff or like coaching their passengers like, hey, this isn't normal. Like you need heavy. Like you need heavy. Renee from the Shogun was in there yesterday or the day previous. And it's like, no 40 pound. You're not going to need 40 pound on this trip. 60, 80, and 100. Renee was saying that they had a day at the Rocks. They were on the anchor, 80-pound fly line sardine, and they had an average of 5 to 7 going all day. He's like, it was the best kind of fishing. He said, not so wide open that you can't get on them. It was like zone defense. Like there was too many fish going for each crew member to be standing by one guy, but like, okay, I'll take all the guys that are on this side. You get the guys on that side. And like, as soon as you'd land one, guy screaming, hooked another one, line ripping off. It sounds so epic right now. God, I want to go.
Right?
Oh my God, I want to go.
And there's a chance, like Mike said, he's got a couple chances.
That's it, man. Yeah, it's
you can join on the circuit.
Somebody will probably catch a 100-pound wahoo this year. It's in the cards.
Yeah, we've weighed multiple 80s this year, and it sounded like he was talking about fish over 90. Like it's going to happen.
How often does that happen? I mean, just out of curiosity.
It's rare here.
Yeah.
I mean, Fiji and some other places they get them, but I remember Frank's office manager Scotty had caught a 106-pounder that was hanging on their wall, and that was back in the 80s. And it's very rare. It's as rare as catching a almost 600-pound blue marlin in Southern California waters, which did happen this week.
Right. Just crazy, right?
There's fun stuff going on in our ocean right now.
Oh my God.
And how close to Point Loma was that? I mean, it was super close, right?
It was in, 20-foot skiff range for sure.
Like the 9? Like
I from what I heard, and I didn't get a chance to talk to Mark or Sean, but like, the report that I heard was like, they were, out fishing marlin west of the islands and pointed for Point Loma, and that fish bit from the islands to Point Loma is where they hooked that thing.
Insane,
unbelievable.
Like unbelievable.
There was a 580-pound marlin that was just swimming around eating that school-sized tuna.
Blue marlin.
That's what he was doing up here, is eating that 20-pound tuna that's around.
Didn't they just have the Bisbees?
Yeah, yeah.
So
it was caught during the Bisbees.
And
that fish was like 150 pounds bigger than the biggest fish of all of the heaviest hitters in the world, fishing the Gordo and all the banks and dragging tunas and pulling big baits and pulling big lures. There was Henwood and already got a fish that was outside of Point Loma. That was 150 pounds bigger than any qualifier of the whole tournament. It's so cool.
My jaws dropped.
I love it, man. Yeah. It's fun
times. Hey, we're going to be right back talking more good times. We got Doug Kern. I know I can't stop. My mind's trying to wrap around that big of a blue marlin right in our backyard. But hey, we're going to be right back on the Let's Talk About YouTube, Facebook Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
Have you been looking for a live bait hook that keeps live bait alive? Look no further than Japan's leading fish hook, Gamakatsu. It's the little things that make the difference, and Gamakatsu hooks drive the point home. With an absolute perfect bend and ideal barbs, your bait swims harder and longer. And when you get bit, Gamakatsu hooks bite back with a vengeance. All hooks are not the same. Go with Gamakatsu for infinite success. Gamakatsu, simply the best. Check gamakatsu.com.
For your next fishing adventure, check Point Loma Sport Fishing. They offer half-day and full-day trips daily, perfect for families and the novice or seasoned fishermen. Point Loma Sport Fishing also offers overnight to multi-day trips, targeting the best of seasonal catches. Visit PointLomaSportFishing.com, where you can purchase tickets online and get more information on the trips available, or call 619-223-1627. Want to go fishing? Point Loma Sport Fishing has you covered.
The name that stands out among anglers is Fisherman's Landing, your top choice in local and long-range fishing. We offer the finest open party trips from 1 to 3 days, the best charter boats available, and of course, our world-renowned long-range fleet. Fisherman's Landing offers great half-day trips on the Dolphin and full-day trips on the Liberty. Many trips can be easily booked online at fishermanslanding.com. Or give us a call. I'll see you at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego. Saturday, November 1st, it's Tackle Day at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego. We don't hold back on this one. Spectacular savings on a huge assortment of saltwater tackle. Over 20 tackle manufacturers reps. Join our free casting contest, amazing seminars, a huge raffle benefiting Rollo's kids. Saturday, November 1st.
Hey guys, this is Ali Husseini from Local Knowledge and BD Outdoors. I'm a lucky guy in so many ways, and one thing I'm really grateful for is my little brother, Yosef. Yosef is not only a fellow angler, but he's also an amazing realtor that specializes in helping us in the angling community find the ultimate home. If you own a home, get a free no-obligation evaluation online now by typing in SoCalHomeEval.com. That's SoCalHomeEval.com. All you do is put in your address and you'll get a home value report immediately sent to your email. No pressure, no obligations, just answers. Yosef is the SoCal real estate go-to guy. He's helped me and so many of my fellow fishing buddies find what they're looking for in a home. He knows anglers and he understands the real estate market. Not only that, but he's also a really nice guy. How many brothers can you say that about? Go to SoCalHomeEval.com and find out where you stand in the real estate market, and then get with Yosef and find your ultimate home. Again, go to SoCalHomeEval.com and we'll see you on the water.
Hey, welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup, and having so much fun in the world headquarters this morning with Doug Kern from Fisherman's Landing. And if you want to join us, definitely one open line actually at 833-288-0973, and send a lot of texts coming through via the app and giving away a $100 gift card. I did see a text.
Okay.
Requesting how early can they buy the $1,000 box?
We're not going to release.
Oh, that's a good call. Yeah.
We are not going to release that box 1 minute earlier than 9 o'clock.
Okay. There it is.
That's on Doug. I just want to say that right now. That's on Doug. Doug controls the outside booth.
Yeah.
I'll be with my boys on the inside. So I'm happy that I won't have to determine who's the person that gets to get that, how the line starts, how the claim happens. Like, see Mr. Doug Kern for that one, ladies and gentlemen.
I know. I'm going to be in trouble.
Yes, you are.
There's 90 guys that are not going to get what they want.
Crazy.
Oh, we're going to have a lot of fun. Well, it's time to find out what's biting out there, Corey. And we got the catch report standing by. Captain Brian Woolley's on the line. We're going to have a fun one.
Yeah, for sure. And it's brought to us by Norsk Lithium. And power your boat with Norsk Lithium, the ultimate choice for marine adventures. Norsk delivers unmatched starting, trolling, and electronics power. Norsk batteries are packed with cutting-edge technology. Upgrade your marine power today. Set up your system at norsklithium.com, or you can just go see the trolling motor doctor. We've got him on hold. Dana Wharf Sport Fishing, the Woolley.
What's up, Woolley?
Good morning, Woolley.
What's up? Good morning. Good morning.
How you doing,
What's up
buddy?
in there? I'm good, man. Mellow week. We had a couple days where some boats didn't get off the dock, but kind of it's that time of year, you know. But hey, water temps are stable in the half-day zone, 65 to 67, which is not doom and gloom by any means. There's still plenty of relevant action. The bass guys this week on the half-day run, you know, it wasn't red hot, but there was some surface action on the live baits and the rubber lures, like epic weather, right? Maybe a little bit afternoon wind or whatnot, but there's that, you know, maybe 2 or 3 hour window from when this little marine layer burns off to when the sun's really kind of beating down on the water that bass kind of gets up and going. So that, you know, really kind of was in play this week. Mixed bags of sculpin whitefish and sheephead were kind of the bulk of the half-day catch this week, but, you know, don't put the calico bass stuff away yet. You know, there's still plenty of that around. We've got nice anchovy for live bait. And, you know, I'll tell you, the guys that stick with it, you know, it's easy to get frustrated, right, when you're not catching one bait after bait after bait. But that's not the time of year that we're in right now. But the guys that stick with it, change their baits, make the right cast, they're catching plenty of fish, and they're having a good time. 3/4 day, still focused on the deep water rockfish options. On the coastal side of that equation, the rockfish game, it was, you know, the reds, Boccaccio, and sculpin that filled the bags. I'm talking from, you know, that boundary line out in that Box Canyon area. So we're fishing anywhere from like 250, 350. You know, don't let that 250 throw you off. Remember, if you're seaward of that boundary line, your depth can be what it is. So you just have to be seaward of that boundary line. But then out deep in the 100 fathom areas of the 14-mile bank, the chilies, the bankies, Boccaccios were the bag fillers out there. live anchovies on the dropper loops, fresh dead squid, and then the jigging game, all caught fish. And gosh, that quality of that rock cod out there in that deep water has been solid. It's been really good quality out there. And then for the Fury this week, they had some 2-day trips that had them on the banks fishing that bluefin. Kind of like you mentioned, that marlin food-sized bluefin out there, schoolie-sized stuff. But casualties were at a minimum, so getting the job done early on that fish allowed them to get back to the island and tap into some of that really good yellowtail fishing that's going on there. That yellowtail fishing has been a day-to-day type of bite on the bait grounds there, but the quality has been really good quality on that yellowtail. It's like the 20 to 30 plus pounders. The amount of squid that's pushed into that island is bonkers. Marcus sent me a video last night of just like full all you want float in the deck lights. So it's been easy for those guys to kind of tank up on what they need. And then they've been able to parlay that, through the night and into the early morning there into some yellowtail and occasional sea bass, and then some calico bass fishing and stuff like that up a little bit closer to the island. And then along with that bass, the rockfish, whitefish have been kind of the fallback options, but that stuff's been biting really well on that side for those guys as well. So, hey, the weather this week looks amazing. So jump on a trip and come, stretch out some fishing line in the deep water, or, fly line some baits with some small sliding egg sinkers or something for the bass on the half day. So give the landing a call here. Our number 949-496-5794. Of course, you can hit us on the web as well at danawharf.com.
Willie, I do have a question. What's the hot outfit if somebody wants to catch a hake when they come out fishing with you?
Dude, right? Those we've been catching a few of those silly looking things. Just dropper loop anchovy, man. Guys catching a couple on a jig here and there, but those things like the bait.
That's so fun.
The fin bit.
You guys always do such a great job with your social media, showing the pictures, and this is no doubt, the most recent, those big Floridas and all those big killer chunky rockfish you've been catching, and then just as you mentioned, all those big yellows and the exotics from the bottom too. It's been very fun, and man, you guys are doing such a great job. And like you said, stable condition is everything. And it's the right temp, the right time, and the right time to go fishing. We talked about it a little bit yesterday too. Reservations this time of year, so important. It's for sure the difference of, there are so many guys out there that think like, if enough people go, I'm going to go, but they don't do anything about it. And then the reservations don't come, and then the boat doesn't go. And if you think you're going, man, just make that call, put your name down. Let's go fishing.
Right. I mean, you got to build the trip around the interest, but you want to fish the 14 with 0 people, or do you want to fish it with 12, 15 people? You know what I mean? Like, put the reservation in there, let's get the boat out, and you're not going to be sorry. The loads have been light, and it's been well worth the extra effort to make an easy phone call for sure.
Yep, no doubt about it. Well, great job. Fantastic report as always. Appreciate it very much, and we'll look forward to talking to you next week.
All right, boys. Have a great one.
All right. Hey, appreciate that very much. And thanks a lot for the call. Corey, let's snag a phone call before we get to our surf guru Gundy Gunderson report.
Let's do it, Rick. How about John? John calling from Escondido. Good morning, John.
Hey, John.
Morning, John.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen. No stripers yesterday, but we had a good time on the water.
Okay.
Everything was west of the inlet, and we were east of the inlet, but we had a great time playing golf this morning.
Oh.
But my question for the show is, if there's a reel that I like, but you don't have it, but you can order it, do I get the free line if I purchase it at Tackle Day?
We take it on a case-by-case scenario, but for the most part, we have done away with doing special orders because we've disappointed way too many people. If we don't have something, it probably means the manufacturer's out, and then somebody plunks their money down, and a week goes by, and then a month, and so forth. But I would talk to one of the guys in the shop, and depending on what reel it is, sometimes we can get a confirmation from the manufacturer outside in the booth that they 100% for sure have it in stock, and we try to accommodate a few of those, but we definitely our policy is not to do that, just because it's turned into, unfortunately, a little bit of a nightmare with people getting upset, and we're upset too when the manufacturer can't supply us, and then you end up not getting your reel.
If the scenario is a Trinidad 20, we had 20 of them to start the day, and there was a big rush on surface iron yellowtail fishing, and those 20 got gobbled up. No big deal. We got you. But that's the problem on those reels, that you just don't want to. We're so fearful of tying somebody's money up and not being able to deliver because the manufacturer doesn't have it. That's what we try to avoid.
And this time of year, that's kind of a likely scenario. Everybody lets their inventory run down, and the only thing I can say there is there are other opportunities. We will be at the PCS show, both in Orange County and at Del Mar. We have Day at the Docks, and so it's possible or even likely that a reel that you might want would not get used until after those shows. What reel do you have in mind, just out of curiosity?
He dropped.
I think we
Okay,
lost.
yeah.
We lost on there, but yeah, all good. And like I said, I think that answered it perfectly. It's a case by case. Just grab one of the guys. Fortunately, Fisherman's Landing is very heavily stocked right now, so I don't see that. I don't see that issue coming up all that often. But you know what? Well, yeah, that was a perfect explanation if it does.
Yep.
Well, hey, I had a fun text come through. Says, this event has been so successful over the years. It's where I do my shopping to get ready for the upcoming season. The fluorocarbon deals are insane, and I usually end up buying a reel every year. Doug, I'm wondering if you could lay down the parking situation for the area. I always get there early, so it hasn't been an issue, but I know it's on people's mind.
I would say the parking situation is the best it's ever been over the last 2 or 3 years. Our lots were kind of just open to the general public, free parking. And so everybody that had a sailboat out here in the harbor parked there, everybody going to the airport parked there. And, we never want to charge people for parking. But when we started charging for parking, we opened up like 200 spots available
that were just taken so miscellaneously, right?
Yeah, we didn't realize how bad it was, but some of these
airport parking,
right?
Yeah, and some of these sailboaters were coming in all ticked off at us. How come we have to pay? I've been parking there for 20 years, and we're going, well, no wonder we never had any parking for our fishermen.
And the airport's only 2 miles, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's an Uber
Not
ride.
even.
It's like a $6 Uber ride, and you're there.
Guys would take the free parking spot and then just be gone. As soon as you started charging $12, all of a sudden there's parking everywhere.
So as a customer, I have to pay a little bit, but at least there's parking.
Yeah, there will be parking mainly across the street. We'll have 200 plus parking spaces on Harbor Drive between the two hotels.
All right. Hey, we're going to be right back. We've got a whole nother hour on 97.3 The Fan. We're going to be right back. We've got Gundy Gunderson, the Surf Report, when we come back on the Let's Talk Hookup app, YouTube, Facebook Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
Do you know why 1 million customers visited Summit Gasoline last year at the San Diego Sports Arena? Because they give you the lowest price on fuel. Great service and easy access, even for trucks and trailers at their 24 pumps. Summit is known for the best price on ice, too. Almost half the cost of any other vendor. 25 pounds for just $3.99. Martha and her crew love fishermen, and they'll prove it by giving you 100 pounds free with a 35-gallon fill-up. Summit offers over 40 snacks and drinks to choose from for only 89 cents, and even a line of hand creams and lip balms for 89 cents too. Summit now proudly offers locally made burritos and sandwiches, made fresh daily and ready to go wherever the current takes you. Summit just upgraded their car wash, and for a limited time, get a deluxe car wash for only $6. Grab the wife's car, grab a cheap sandwich, and make up for the day on the water. Summit Gasoline, lowest prices, friendliest staff, easy access, and free ice. What more can you ask for?
Hi, this is Captain Ray Lopez, owner-operator of the American Angler. I've spent more than half my life aboard the American Angler along with my partners Brian and Lori, developing a team that's as good as it gets. I've been fortunate to spend time on the ocean with so many fine people that I look forward to fishing with. We can't thank you enough for being part of the American Angler family, and if you haven't joined us, we love the opportunity to meet you. Text or call Lori at 619-223-5414 or check AmericanAnglerSportFishing.com.
Saturday, November 1st is Tackle Day at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego. Seminars by saltwater experts, huge raffle to benefit Rollo's kids, great deals on tackle, and top tackle manufacturers like AFTCO. Save huge on AFTCO cyclofluorocarbon, clothing, gaffs, tackle bags, fillet knives, belts, harnesses, and more. It's Tackle Day at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego. Ego. Saturday, November 1st.
Haida Gwaii Safaris, formerly Queen Charlotte Safaris, invites you to experience the magic of Haida Gwaii Islands, British Columbia, Canada. Hi, I'm Valerie Hoprich. 25 years ago, I fell in love with these incredible islands, the breathtaking scenery, the warm community, and the truly phenomenal fishing. That passion inspired me to open my own fishing lodge, just steps from the Sandspit Harbor at Haida Gwaii Safaris. You will be fishing in pristine, unpressured waters for Chinook, king salmon, halibut, lingcod, and much more. Plus, be surrounded by untouched beauty. We pride ourselves on creating an unforgettable venture that turns first-time guests into lifetime friends. You will come for the fishing, and you will come back for the memories. We are booking now. Call us at 1-877-815-2892 or visit our website, qcsafaris.com. Find us on Facebook and Instagram. Haida Gwaii Safaris, where adventure and friendship meet.
KWFN and KWFN HD1 San Diego.
This is Hugh Lars from the San Diego Padres.
You can hear the Padres play here on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan and Odyssey Sports Station. This program is sponsored and produced by Let's Talk Hookup. Opinions and offers expressed during this program are not those of Odyssey or 97.3 The Fan. Sometimes they tell some pretty hefty fish stories. We don't know if they're true or not.
And now it's time for more of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's Talk Hookup. This portion of the show is sponsored in part by Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup. Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. And by Yamaha Outboards, official motor sponsor of Let's Talk Hookup. Here we go. Another great hour of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's Talk Hookup. Here's Pete Gray, Rock Cod Rick Mexa, and Corey Sandin.
Welcome back. Hour number 2, Let's Talk Hookup, coming your way on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook and YouTube Live, and 97.3 The Fan. Thanks to Jeff for keeping us rolling on The Fan this morning. Having a great time with Doug Kern of Fisherman's Landing Tackle. We are talking tackle days, talking deals, talking fun, and having a great time doing it. If you heard it in the first hour, no Pete today. He's out in Montana having a great time, really getting in on some good late season trout fishing. Pete sent me a rundown of photos yesterday. It looks like they are just crushing them. Had a couple of good days with Greg Stotesbury. He called us yesterday and kind of gave us the rundown, but man, they're having some really good fishing. But look forward to having Pete back in the studio next Saturday. Neither myself nor Corey will be there because we're both going to be at Tackle Day selling gear, but Pete and Wayne will be back in here having a good time, and Pete will be telling us all about it. And boy, in the meantime, it's just been a very fun show and a great day, Corey.
A lot of fun, man, talking Tackle Day and having Doug Kern in the world headquarters. Always so much fun, and giving away a $100 gift card at Fisherman's Landing.
Yeah.
And, right? To one lucky caller or texter. And if you want to join us, the number is 833-288-0973. And I do see one open line for you. So again, 833-288-0973, or text us via the app. Make sure you leave your name and telephone number.
Yeah, hey, as promised, we've got him standing by, and Gundy, always apologies about keeping you on the hold. I know how much this report means to Corey. I know how much it means to me, and I never want to rush it. So we appreciate you hanging in there for the second hour with us. Good morning, Gundy.
Gundy.
Hey, how you guys doing? No worries, man. No worries.
We can't rush the surf. It's too good.
We had that storm roll through, and that kind of, caused some issues there. But this week we saw an improved bite, and things started to come together again, especially up north. And that's kind of been the theme, is that, that Santa Barbara, Ventura, Malibu, all the way, I would say, the South Bay beaches. That has just been the best stretch, and that's where it's bounced back the soonest. Hook, line, sinker up in Santa Barbara reported good perch fishing this week. The water's cooling. We're starting to see some better models. Maybe 8 to 10 inch average was pretty good, and they're biting just about everything. Still some sand crabs up there. Loon Point, Santa Claus Lane, which is one of the traditional perch spots. The Salt Marsh, all good stretches. Graveyards kicked out some nice fish. The halibut bite also improved up there. The fish were scattered, but a few 18 to 28 inch models were reported. Weedless rigged flukes on a dart head was what was working best. There's still a lot of junk in the water. The guys are targeting the cleaner stretches, but still having a weedless setup will help you get through that stuff. Refugio, El Capitan, Goleta Pier were the better spots for the halibut guys. And that Goleta Pier, there's still those short to just legal white sea bass roaming around under the lights in the early mornings and evenings. That's still going past the moon. Just fishing reported the bite improving on South Bay beaches. Still a few guys scratching at Corbina, but 5 to 10 inch barred perch made up most of the catch there. Some nice leopard sharks also in the mix. Big fish reported, lots of off-color water, a few halibut in and around the harbor, a few perch off Bolsa Chica, Newport and Dana saw scratch fishing, some smaller perch, lots of junk in the water there. Same off San Diego. I think one of the highlight fish off San Diego was a 23-inch short fin Corvina taken off the beach at Cardiff on a flash minnow. That's a real nice fish. You know, that's something, despite the slower beach fishing, that's something that's been biting off San Diego here the last month or so in the lagoons, in the harbors. We mentioned it here in our report, but the short fin, you know, have been kind of interesting and a fish worth pursuing. You know, and a lot of guys probably don't understand how those fish work and stuff. They're in the croaker family. They're an inshore fish like a spot fin, a yellow fin. So off-color water doesn't really hamper these fish. These fish are they feed by sound, by smell. You know, the little barbels on a Corbina. They're all in that same family. So you might not know they're there, but there could be some really good fishing for those things.
Man, that's great dope. As always, I love this report every week, Gundy. Good fishing, and like you say, that's the one thing about the surf is there's always highlights in it, or the surf / inshore. You know, if the surf's not right, maybe slide into the harbor. If the harbor's not right, maybe there's good fishing on the pier. Fishing's not right in your backyard, a little trip up the coast, find the conditions. There's always good fishing to be had for something.
Yeah, you're right about that, Rock God. You're right about that. Maybe next time we'll talk about fishing. You know, the guys fish topwater for those things a lot, and maybe next time we'll talk about, because topwater is really not something that's in the saltwater arsenal for most Southern California anglers. You might get a topwater bluefin or something like that, but it's not a tactic that's normally used. So that might be a good future subject.
I have a solid indicator on when the short fin are biting, and it's when I show up to work in the morning, which is usually right around 8 o'clock. If I get to the shop and there's like 4 bass rods that are all like piled in the corner of the tackle shop that all have a Lucky Craft or a little MC Fluke on them. There's like 4 bass rods that are all piled up, and all the boys are like looking back and forth at each other. Like, I know for sure in the dark when the long range boats were going and the lights were still on, those guys were like, okay, dude, tap me out. I'm going to go make 2 casts. You just cover the register. I'll be right back. And then I know that kind of shenanigans is going on when Doug's not there, and I love every bit of it. Like, it's so, they always like try to pretend it's not happening, the telltale sign. And so there's 4 rods all piled up, all with Lucky Crafts, and like everybody's looking back and forth at each other like, they crushed them in the morning. That's always the sign, like, oh, it's on this morning, isn't it? And like one guy like, oh yeah, it was on real good this morning. Pretty fun times.
It is a fraternity of anglers that are tight-lipped for sure. I know that's a guarded secret, but hey, they're spread out now. They've caught them all the way up to Newport Harbor this year. So, the possibilities are expanding.
I love it. Gundy, a great report as always, brother. Sure appreciate you taking the time, and we'll look forward to talking to you next week.
All right. Have a good week, gentlemen. Great show.
Appreciate that very much. Thanks
and so fitting, it was brought to us by surffishtackle.com. I'll get it out
there you go
one of these times, right? Yeah. Surffishtackle.com for all your surf fishing needs, and mentioning that's Bill Varney, and Bill Varney is going to be one of the seminar speakers.
Yeah, Bill will be doing a seminar for us, 9:15, right on the morning, likely on the Tomahawk. That's where it's all scheduled to talk to Dave, and Dave was all about it, but as you know, it's still the fishing season, so the bluefin fishing gets great and the Tomahawk's gone, well, then we'll punt and we'll figure out where it'll be, but as of right now, it's scheduled to be on the Tomahawk at 9:15. Bill's going to do a really cool seminar, and he's going to have some water in the bait hand wells, and he's going to bring the different varieties of saltwater bait. There's going to be ghost shrimp and bloodworms and all those kind of things, showing guys how to hook their baits, fish. he does such an awesome job, and we're so proud to have Bill as part of our seminar schedule at Tackle Days. And Doug, that's a big part of it too. The seminar is something we haven't really mentioned yet, but another big part of the event.
Well, yeah, we've upped our game a little bit. We have 5 seminars this year, where we have been having 3. Actually,
we just lost one. That's all.
Okay, so there may be only 4 at this point.
Yeah.
But still, to get back on one of the boats where we used to have the seminars on the boats, the fishing's been too good the last 5 years in November. But looks like the Tomahawk might have a day in, which is very cool. And for him to be able to come down and do, like you say, put the baits in the hand well, let people really look at them, show them how to, what type of hook, first of all, what type of rig, and then how do you button that bait on there.
And Bill has a true passion.
There's no doubt.
But he's also got the technique of being able to convey that to the people. He's a really good speaker and a really good-hearted individual.
Yeah, he's a pro first, but also a teacher of that just as much.
And he loves that style of surf fishing.
Totally.
Yes.
He wrote the book on it.
Right.
The Light Line Revolution. That's the manual.
So 9:15 on that one?
9:15 is when the seminar starts. We'll be having 2 going on at 9:15. Frank Lopresti will be on the main stage, just doing a great talk. And, we just called it a lifetime of long range. And the reason I wanted to do that is Frank has seen and done everything. And Frank doesn't need to be told, what to do and what not to do. So Frank's seminar was titled A Lifetime of Long Range, and he's going to take that ball and run with it. Opportunity of question and answer.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, what do you say? He's the GOAT,
Yeah, he doesn't really do seminars anymore. He used to travel around the country doing seminars, every sport show from here to New York. And, he just hasn't done them that much. And this is a pretty golden opportunity to see Frank talk about sport fishing, long range fishing, and ask him specific questions, and whether it's a story that they want to hear or a technique that they want to learn more about. That's a great one. And then why don't you delve into the other seminars we have?
Yeah, really pumped on Frank. After that, the next round of seminars, I'll have to check the seminar schedule. I believe it's 12:15, but I'll confirm that. We have the boys from Two Fish Jigs, and we got the whole squad of the guys. Captain Matt Bralla from the San Diego, Brandon, our co-host in here and partner in the tackle store, and then Bodan, who's the head behind the jig. So the 3 of those guys together are going to be doing a surface iron fishing seminar, going to cover tackle, but more importantly, going to cover the jigs, how to, what to, when to, by 3 of the best surface iron fishermen around.
You know what's crazy? One of those guys on their own would be a seminar.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
No doubt. But to have all 3, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That'll be a fun one.
And then rounding out, he always closes us out as long as he's in town and not on a long range trip, is one of my favorite seminar speakers. And, Ronnie Kovac years ago dubbed him the fishing encyclopedia. And it's the truth. It's our great friend, Steve Carson. And Steve does such a great job. And it's a fishing tackle seminar on the appropriate things to bring from day and a half to 10-day trips, and kind of goes over the gear, what you do, when you do, how you do. And not only is Steve a fantastic speaker, really good at what he does, he also is always fun about giving a little prize away. If you got a junior that's going with you, make sure you're at his seminar. He always hits up Carl for a trip pass or 2. So in addition to getting some great info, Steve always makes it a lot of fun and always has some giveaways through his seminars too. It's going to be an awesome day.
Yep. I can't wait. Next Saturday, man.
We're pumped.
So much fun.
We're pumped. Well, hey, let's jump back into those phones, Corey.
Let's do it. How about Alex? Alex calling from San Carlos. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup, Alex.
What's up, Alex?
Hey, good morning, guys. My birthday usually falls on the same weekend as at Tackle Day. So every time my wife says, like, what do you want to do for your birthday? I'm like, Tackle Day.
That's like, the guy right there.
No. Tackle Day.
That's awesome.
But anyways, hey, I just got a custom Seeker SSR 7650 built. It's going to be my yo-yo rod. So I'm trying to see if I can get some advice as far as what reel to put on, so I can look for it on Tackle Day. Also want to know, with the free line, are you guys also including the Max Quattro, the metered Max Quattro, or maybe is it like an additional price?
The metered Max Quattro, I think, is one of those that falls under the $6 additional. So, you end up with what, 300 yards, it's another $18, something like that.
Which is ridiculous, right? I mean,
yeah, I mean, some of those are just another echelon up in price. So we had to do that.
But for $18,
I know,
roughly,
I know.
you're getting
Come
what you
on.
want. Yeah, Alex, what a great deal, man.
That rod is very versatile. That's probably one of the most versatile rods that we sell. 7.5 is a great length. That's kind of what we would call a 50-pound rod, but most people are going to put Spectra backing and a shorter top shot, and you could certainly put 40, 50, 60 pound on there. And if it's something where you're trying to prevent chafing, you could even go to 80 or 100 depending on what you're using the rod for. But so that makes it a rod that could house a star drag or a lever drag. And so just to throw out the two, I'll do it in Shimano land, and then you can extrapolate out to the other manufacturers. A Talica 12 could be a real good 2-speed lever drag that you might put on there. And then you might put a Trinidad 20. That'd be like your yo-yo reel, casting live baits for more school-sized fish that are biting a little heavier line, that type of thing. Even a Wahoo rod, that would make a good Wahoo rod with that, Trinidad 20. I mean, there are 20 reels that you could put on there, but you could go a little bigger, a little smaller, probably not too much smaller than a Trinidad 20, but there are times where I could see putting a Talica 10 on there, maybe the white sea bass or dropper looping yellowtail in our local waters, that could potentially, where you don't need the extra line, you're fishing in 120 feet of water and a 30-pound yellow is not going to just take that much line. But I would narrow it down to a Talica 12 or a Trinidad 20, and then extrapolate out to anything comparable, whatever brand you might like.
That's a great deal. And Alex, thanks for.
It's just going to be my yo-yo rod mostly.
Yeah. Okay. But you never know. You're gonna go on multiple different kinds of trips over the next 3, 5, 10 years, and so you can strap a different reel on there. Maybe there's not going to be yo-yo fishing, but you're going to go do something else, and so that rod will handle a multitude of situations for sure.
7650, a great rod to sinker rig bluefin fish. Your heavy bait outfit, a TAC 16 full of 80 pound max quattro and a 50 or 60 pound top shot makes a great heavy bait rig, or even a lighter nighttime drop jig when the nighttime fishing is like it is right now, and a lot of those fish are 20 to 40 pounds, and you're not needing to fish a super giant 500-gram jig to prepare for 120 pounders. How about fishing a great rig that's way easier to handle all night? Like you're potentially buying a rig that's got a lot of legs under it, and you can do a lot of fun stuff. Hey, Alex, appreciate the phone call very much. Doug, I know one of the other things that's real big about Tackle Day is the amount of vendors, I guess you'd call them vendors or manufacturers, but it's not just the sale and it's not just the seminars, but there's a lot of information for people to come see from the source.
Well, I mean, where else can you have literally the top 25 manufacturers of saltwater fishing tackle? And if we go straight down the list, I'm just going to literally read the list. And we could elaborate on each one of these for 10 minutes, but you're going to get a chance to see the latest gear, talk to either the owners, the field staff, sales managers. So I'm going to just go down the list. We've got Accurate there, AFTCO, Bajío Sunglasses, which is a new product line for us, CalStar, and you all know that Chris Yamada has purchased CalStar and is doing wonderful things over there.
Is Chris going to be there?
Chris himself will be there.
How cool, because we've heard so much conversation about Chris.
And he's giving free sweatshirts and t-shirts with purchase of rods and blanks. Then we've got Costa Sunglasses, Daiwa Fishworks, Gamakatsu, Iser, and also Iser with their knot tying contest. JRI Jigs, MC Baits, our man here, Corey. We've got Mustad, Okuma, Olakai, and Olakai always does his salesman sample blowouts in the parking lot for like, I'm going to guess close to 50 or if not over 50% off. And then we've got the first run stuff in the shop. Our friends over there at Owner, Penn, staple in the industry, Phoenix Rods. My goodness, we just got in a giant order of Phoenix rods, and they're all going to be on sale. Power Pro, Salty Crew, Seagar, Shimano, of course. Two Fish Jigs we talked about. Yozuri's going to be there. And then we have Fast Lane doing kayak demonstrations. We've got Sushi Me Rollin' doing sushi demonstrations, and I'm sure you might get a little sample there. I'm not sure, but wouldn't surprise me.
You got to edge me out if you're going to get that sample.
Can I request a booth next to him?
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Actually, I'm usually next to Olakai.
Okay.
Oh, well, he's just right down, like 2 booths down from that, I think. So.
Well, listen, the Olakai thing is kind of like the underground secret.
It's wild.
Big time.
Like crazy. I never knew what the heck was going on until I was next to him.
People love that because he's blowing out, sandals and shoes and all kinds of stuff, for the saltwater environment.
Unfortunately,
ridiculous.
He didn't have any my size. He didn't have a size 13.
We've got our rod builder, Chris Latham, is going to be doing rod building demonstrations. 5-Star will be there doing, how to care for your catch and showing how to fillet a fish, whether it's a tuna or a rockfish or yellowtail, whatever he happens to have available at the time. He's going to show you the proper way to handle a knife and process your fish. And then we've got the San Diego Anglers and the San Diego Angler Foundation. They're putting on the casting contest, and then of course the giant raffle. And then we've got the El Roro food truck, which is everybody's favorite.
Legendary.
Everybody loves the Mexican food there. And then Mike Lum and crew over there doing all kinds of. He always has something fun that he's doing
for Captain Rollo
at the Rollo booth. Yeah. My goodness.
Well, let me tell you, his ears must be burning because we have Mike Lum on the line right now. Perfect segue, Doug. Good morning, Mike.
Hey, good morning, guys. Sounds like a great weekend coming up.
Yeah, this is the most excited I've been for a tackle day. This is our 21st year, and we really added some components that are going to be fun. Everybody thinks of it as a parking lot sale, and it is all of that, but we've just added some fun things that people can do, and to be able to talk to some of these people that we haven't had before. And then, my goodness, the things that you do, maybe you could tell us a little bit about some of the fun stuff that you've concocted, because I know you have.
Yeah, we made some notes last year as we came out of Tackle Day, which was a wonderful, successful day for us. And we said, next year we're going to do things a little bit different. We're still doing Pick-a-Box, of course, but we're also right in the middle of selling Rod a Week tickets.
Nice.
And so that's going to be a big part of what we're doing. We're also kicking off, it'll be the tee off of the Grand Raffle, which we draw at Day at the Docks. But we start selling tickets Saturday and we'll be selling those tickets all the way through up until Day at the Docks. But because we're kicking that off and we still have Rod a Week going on, we thought we'd tie that all together. So we've got a number of packages when you buy in, starting at $30 donation to Friends of Rollo, then you get to pick whichever utility box you want, and you're going to get some Rod a Week tickets or some Grand Raffle tickets. And we've introduced the Hookup Winko board to what we're doing, and so you'll have an opportunity to win some great prizes with that too. I'm not going to try to confuse everybody with all the weights when we were describing all we're doing, but stop by the Rollo booth and you're going to be excited and you're going to have an opportunity to help us get more kids out on the water.
That
Doug,
sounds
earlier you mentioned your mystery box at $1,000 and you were a little concerned that it was going to sell to in the first few seconds, which I'm sure it will. I want to mention that the Captain Rollo's booth will have 2 additional $1,000 boxes, and those are available to anybody on a first-come, first-served basis. And then we're going to also have one $2,000 package, which is going to be available. So we have a total of 3 of those kind of grand packages for anybody that wants to be very generous and get a year-end tax deduction. 2 other quick things. Our packages that are at $300 going to include a lot of good things and tickets, but you also get a pair of Costa glasses included in that. So you get all the benefits of the donation, and you're going to walk away with a pair of Costa glasses. And we're doing the same thing at the $500 level with Turtle Box Bluetooth speakers. So it's not going to be you might win. It's going to be if you make that donation, we're going to hand you one. We have a total of 5 of the Turtle Boxes to give away and 10 of the Costa glasses. So those are on a limited basis, but we're hopeful that we have people interested in making that donation and helping us. And then, of course, everything you guys are doing with your giant raffle. This is going to be an exciting day. And the bottom line is the kids are going to win no matter which donation you make, whether it's through the Fisherman's Landing tackle or whether it's directly at the Rolla booth. The kids are going to get to go fishing because of your donations.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Man, Mike, that just makes me so happy. What an awesome event. And that, again, it's just adding to the fun. There's lots of opportunities to score lots of great stuff above and beyond the normal. Here's a couple bucks and make a donation. And, the end result, as you always say, is kids are going fishing. And if you get to put something cool in your pocket while you're sending some kids fishing, it's a true bonus. So really appreciate it, buddy. Can't wait to see you next Saturday at Tackle Day at Fisherman's Landing. Thanks for everything you're doing.
Thank you much, guys. See you then.
Awesome.
So much fun.
Yeah, it's so rad, dude.
I'm seeing a lot of texts, I have to tell you. A lot. I've seen at least 20 of them that are asking about early deals, or they're out of town, or they're actually on a 10-day trip, or the boss has got them working.
We fielded a lot of those phone calls.
Yeah,
let me tell you.
right. and I'm telling you, there's a ton of text like that. That can they somehow that day purchase over the phone? Can they? It's a tough one, right? I mean,
it's really not a tough one. We can't accommodate 100% of everybody and their life's schedule. So we make it fair for everybody. You literally have one day in person
to get it done,
stuff in stock. And I think the majority of the people that want to come end up able to come and get to do their fun. And if they want to buy something, they can, and that kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, we have guys this week today that are leaving on long range trips. Like, oh no,
we always say the same thing. Like you've got a fishing bud, like you've got a fishing bro that you go fishing with, and you're going to be out of town.
Give them the list.
Give them your list. Have them knock it out for you. Make it happen.
And then here's a cool thing as a vendor myself is you're setting up at 6:30, 7 o'clock. You're like getting everything out. Things are already happening. I mean, just so you have like a little insider info, right? Like things already happening. The shop's already open. Well, maybe the guy in the booth isn't ready, but the stuff in the shop.
Yeah, see, that was a thing a long time ago. Nobody knew that the deals, we publicize, it's 9 to 3. Our store opens at 6 in the morning and it goes until 6 at night.
So the sale that day.
And everything in the store that's on sale, you can come down at 6 in the morning and we have, all reels 10% off and free Spectra. All rods are 15% off. All hooks, all jigs, buy 2, get 1 free.
All of them.
That covers like a third of our store's inventory. Just those 3 categories. Basically everything in the store is on sale. And you can come down at 6 in the morning, do your shopping. Maybe you're done by, 7:30, 8 o'clock. Then things outside, officially open at 9, but a lot of the guys are already set up and ready to go by 8 o'clock. So as long as, don't storm their gates, let them get set up. But if they're ready to go, then you can start doing, talking to some of the booths and the personnel in the industry and buying your deals. And then after you've, done all your sale purchases, you can go start doing some of these fun activities. So it's, and don't forget, lunch, plan to have lunch there and the seminars and everything.
Just a fun day.
A great one, man.
Yeah,
no
absolutely.
doubt. Well, hey, it's time to find out what's going on the water. We got Yusuf, Angler's Realtor with our fishdope.com report. Good morning, Yusuf.
Good morning, guys. How are we doing today?
Doing great, man. It's been it's been fun. We're hearing about epic fishing to be had, but also season kind of winding, less people, less boats on it, but some good hits up and down the coast. We're just anxious to hear what the private boat scene has been.
That's exactly it. So I'm going to start up at Santa Barbara Island. It's slowing down on the coast as far as yellowtail fishing goes, but there's still quite a few fish to be caught. The reds fishing up there is really good for red rockfish. Santa Monica Bay, Artificial reefs are still biting pretty good. Calico bass, sand bass, and they're catching triggers right now.
Crazy.
Catalina Island, still some good yellowtail signal around the front side. The west end kelp area has been the hot spot. 12 to 25 pound fish. There are some barracuda mixed in as well. Calico fishing has been really good pretty much all the way around the island. 3Bs on the front side, same deal. It's been since spring. Decent size bonita in there, smaller yellowtail. San Clemente Island, there was a really good yellowtail bite when the current was moving good. That has slowed down, but there's still some sluggers being caught here and there. It's just not the same bite it was. La Jolla to IB, there's still really good rockfish action at the 9 Mile Bank. La Jolla's really slowed down as far as the yellowtail goes. There hasn't been a ton of sightings, but there is some very good calico bass fishing and bonita fishing, along with some smaller barracuda. Most of the calicos have been short, but it's been a really good bite. The islands, there still are some yellowtail being caught around the islands in the rock pile. Most of that fishing has slowed up as well. 499 Snail, Clemente Canyon area, that fishing is still there. They are a lot of smaller fish. Not a ton of guys fishing it because the bigger fish have moved out of that area. South 9 Coronado Canyon area, 425, has been really good. On Thursday, the spotter plane saw a giant volume of fish. People have been on it since, like 10 to 30 pound class fish. There is some bigger ones in there too, mixed in with the fish. This zone is primarily southwest of South Island in the Coronado Canyon. Giant balls of anchovy. This is really good fishing for this time of year, especially.
God, that's cool. So cool.
Yeah, they're still getting some yellowfin mixed in as well right now in this area. One notable catch from the other day, people probably saw it on the news. There's a 582 pound blue marlin caught.
Just crazy.
And
man.
they brought it in. They brought it into the Marlin Club, and the crane broke. And 2 guys had to be transported to the hospital. It was a whole fiasco.
What an amazing catch.
Yeah, I mean, blue marlin that big off our coast, geez, it's crazy. There's also on the 32 line, there was some bigger, like 80 pound class bluefin caught on Mad Max, and I guess they were fairly thick in that area. 371, 390 Hidden Bank, that's also been very good fishing. 20 to 40 pound bluefin. There also have been still some yellowfin caught in this area, 8 to 30 pounds. Generally, yellowfin have been between the 371 and 390. A lot of this fish is caught on Mad Max, trolling lures, and spreader bars when the fish aren't up. Guys are just trolling in the area and getting on them. There is some nighttime action in this area as well. 250 pound to 400 gram knife jigs are getting the job done. And then the lower 500, it seems like that's where the bigger fish moved, at least the volume of them. There were 80 to 30 pound fish there. They're moving really fast. There's some guys on them last night that were having issues casting to them, and we're trolling through there. And that's all I got for you right now, guys.
Oh, that's it?
Great fishing.
Yeah,
Only that.
That's it. Yeah, nothing
Tuna
much.
fishing is ridiculous still.
Good
It seems like
tuna
we're getting this
fishing.
late season bite.
582 pound blue marlin,
Yeah.
triggerfish biting.
And I know that we've got some Santa Ana condition forecasted for next week. I mean, there should be some really good weather coming our way. It's fall, man. It's what we all hope and wait for. A great report, Joseph. And if you want to save $30 off of a new membership to fishdope.com, keep up on that information as it happens. Danny, the boys do such a great job filling us in. You can save $30 using the code Hookup now. All lowercase, no space, saves you $30. And Joseph, if somebody wants to keep in touch with you, find out how to get the most value out of their house, shopping for a new place, everything that you do with Anglers Realty, how do we catch you?
You can get me on my cell phone, 619-277-2169. You can also get me on my website at sportsmansrealty.com. If you'd like a free home evaluation, you can go to SoCalHomeEval.com, and we will kick you an evaluation out.
Awesome. A great job. A killer report, man. This is what we live for this time of year. Great fishing. And man, if you're not from San Diego, that Coronado Canyon area that you're talking about, it's close. Trailer down, go to Shelter Island, go to Dana Landing, put that boat in the water, and go give it a try. It's a 25-mile run, a 20-mile run. You're into that fishing. It's not time to hang it up. It's time to go.
Easy stuff. Another little report too. Ollie is down 100 miles above Mag Bay right now this morning, and they had full limits this morning of wahoo.
Oh my God.
Yosef shot me a text before we were going. They have a deck loaded with those big hoos, and Yosef, make sure when you talk to him via Starlink that send some shoulder fillets up to his old buddies up in East County here, because he could use it. It looks like they're crushing them.
You got it. Yeah, I'll be loading my freezer full of that stuff. So.
Nice.
Right on. Well, great job, buddy. Appreciate it very much. We'll look forward to talking to you next Sunday.
All right, guys. Take care.
See you, buddy.
What an awesome report, man. That was brought to us by the Fish Pros of Fisherman's Processing in San Diego. It's where you get your premier processing experience. You can check out the easier online system to book your reservations for your processing for your long-range trips. And with more team members, Fisherman's Processing stays far ahead of the rest. More same-day capacity and the finest customer service. Stop by the location in Old Town right there on Taylor Street, or you can just check them out at fishermansprocessing.com. And don't forget to make your reservations today. And we're going to be right back. More at Tackle Day and Doug Kern when we return on the Let's Talk Hookup app, YouTube, Facebook Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
Here's the hot tip on the best fishing LA has to offer. 22nd Street Landing Sport Fishing in San Pedro. They are home to LA's finest open party fleet, including overnight on the Freedom, Catalina Freelance on the Pursuit, half-day trips on the Monte Carlo, and three-quarter-day trips on the Sea Angler. For your own private charter, we have the Outrider and True Line available. There's always plenty of free parking and a fully stocked tackle store. 22nd Street Landing Sport Fishing in San Pedro. Call 310-832-8304 or on the web at 22ndstreet.com.
A top fleet and superb fishing is what Seaforth Sport Fishing in Mission Bay is all about. With free parking and fully stocked tackle shop, it's no wonder Seaforth Sport Fishing is a favorite among anglers. Come aboard top boats like the Aztec, Cortez, Endeavor, Apollo, Outer Limit, El Gato Dos, Pride, Tribute, Pacifica, Pacific Voyager, and the Voyager. Plus, the new Seaforth, Sea-Watch, and San Diego offer the finest half and full day trips available. Seaforth Sport Fishing. For charters or regular open party schedule, check seaforthlanding.com. Run by fishermen for fishermen in Mission Bay.
Saturday, November 1st, it's Tackle Day at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego. We don't hold back on this one. Spectacular savings on a huge assortment of saltwater tackle. Over 20 tackle manufacturers reps. Join our free casting contest, amazing seminars, a huge raffle benefiting Rollo's kids. Saturday, November 1st.
One rod has set the standard for serious saltwater anglers worldwide, and that's CalStar. From the rugged dependability of the West Coast Series, the lightweight strength of the Graphiter, or the performance of the GG Series, all CalStar rods are handmade right here in Southern California of the finest materials and craftsmanship. Check out the new CalStar models now available, as well as upgrades to the classic rods that you know and love. If you want your tackle to be state-of-the-art tools to get the job done right, it's CalStar at fine tackle dealers.
Hi, this is Dwayne Diego from Pinnacle Sport Fishing, and I love my Costa Del Mar sunglasses. You cannot beat the 580G lenses and the killer frames that they come with. The 580G lenses are by far the most clear and durable scratch-resistant lenses I've ever used. And I'm far from easy on my equipment. We use it day in and day out, and having that scratch resistance that they have is a game changer for us. I rely on my Costa Del Mars every day. They take care of my eyes and help see what's out there. For more information, you can check out costasunglasses.com.
Take a closer look at the Ford F-150. You'll see hard work, a great adventure, and so much more. Inside and out, it's designed for the family, the road trip, and the most demanding job. The 2025 Ford F-150, whether it's gas, hybrid, or the all-electric Lightning, find the truck that will meet your needs. From California's best-selling truck brand, the 2025 Super Duty, the rugged Ford Ranger, and the versatile Ford Maverick, it's time to see Ford in a new light. Visit your San Diego County Ford dealer today to see the great selection across the full truck lineup.
All right, welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup, and having so much fun talking Tackle Day. And man, the line's been full, the texts have been flowing, and everyone's lathered up.
I can't believe that we're already like almost through the 2 hours. I mean, it
Crazy.
seems like we just started.
I know, and I'm all fired up for next Saturday. I really enjoy it. For the vendor end, it's a chance where I get to, and everybody else, all your other vendors you mentioned, where they get to communicate and talk fun and good times.
Well, we're really proud to have you. And I think that it was so telling, and just that you're such part of our family down there, that, the hottest thing going, and we talked a little bit about it at the show, one of the hottest things going is that fluke fishing. And our deal at Tackle Day is every MC swim bait that is available, 2.5-inch skinny to an 8-inch weedless to a slug to a Viejo to a standard, whatever. All of that is buy two, get one free.
Yeah.
No limit, no whatever, mix and match, totally fine, all good.
Which is the same for all the lures, plastics.
Yeah.
Like that's the buy two, get one free. What I've done at the table, and only at the table, is you buy two, the shop gives you one, standard deal, but I'm giving you one too.
Oh,
so buy two, get two, but it's only for what I have on the table.
Okay.
Like I can't extend myself any further
No,
than that, right?
that's
But I want to
awfully
take
nice
care of
of
those
you.
customers.
My goodness. Thank
And the
you.
other thing I want to say is you refer to this as a parking lot sale. Listen, I've done plenty of parking lot sales, and they're fun, and they're a sale in a parking lot. This is a landing event. Like, if you've been, you know exactly what I'm saying. If you've not been, you need to experience.
That's nice of you to say,
because
Corey.
it's a landing event. There's the raffle isn't a raffle. It's
a mega raffle.
Thank you. Yes, beyond.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're really proud of it.
Don't
That's awesome.
miss it.
Yeah, the seminars, the food, the contest, the fun, the deals.
so
Getting to talk to Corey and have him, hey, I'm going to Cedros in June. What colors, what shapes do you recommend? Hey, I really want to start weedless fishing, but I don't know how. Can you show me how to rig a bait? Like, you get to talk
Oh my
to
gosh.
Corey gets to show you.
That's
you know,
fun.
like,
And you mentioned the seminar stage sponsored by.
Well, so this year we have something new, a lot of things new, but Salty Crew wanted to sponsor something at the show. And so we came up with them sponsoring the main seminar stage. And so they're going to have a way to give everybody a raffle ticket that attends a seminar at that stage. And then there will be a drawing at the end of the day, and they'll be able to come into the store and have a $250 shopping spree on Salty Crew gear.
That's so
So
cool.
generous of them.
$250.
Yeah,
Are you
sign
kidding
me up, man. Sign me up on that one too.
Right?
Yeah.
I think I'll just go sit on in right there, man.
Yeah, so you go on your 8-day trip, just get one shirt for each day. I mean,
Right.
Good
Hello.
Hey, well, speaking of good fishing and good local fishing, we got Captain Mike Pritchard of the Tribute on the line this morning. Mike, is that good fishing still rolling along?
You know what, it is. Even the days where it's been slower than it's still been good.
I love it.
Our day and a half just got in this morning with 43 bluefin and a yellowfin, fish up to 120 pounds. We had a one trip before that, just a local trip with good fishing. I think the 3 trips before that were all limits. I mean, it's been really good.
That's
like I said, even the slower days lately are really good, and that's really good.
That's been the tempo of the show. It is really, really good right now. And the fall happens and the interest starts to wane. And I think if there's a message to be said, is don't let that happen right now. There's some very good fishing to be had.
Yeah, it's some of the best fishing. Most and reservations are starting to drop it. It's that time of year. Like Tuesday night, we're for sure go. We only have eight reservations right now, and I mean, really, it is really good fishing. So that trip's already go. The weather looks great, but this is that time of year, and we stick it out as long as we can. But you start getting a good chance to jump on a boat, with a light load, fall weather and fall fishing. And right now, that some of the yellowfin that have been caught lately are 30, 40 pound fish. They're good ones.
No doubt about it. And Tribute, you guys are the kings of not being willing to let the fat lady sing and end the season, man. Like you guys always are going with fewer people than you should as those later season goes, because you know how important it is to just keep things rolling. And on behalf of the fleet, hats off to you guys for not allowing it to go away, because the fishing's too good. There's no way the Tribute's going to sit at the dock when there's 120-pound bluefin to be caught and good fishing on schoolie bluefins and yellowfins. And I'm glad to hear that we're going to keep things rolling. And I think this season's got plenty left for us, Mike.
Yeah, no, it does. And it's too hard to sit at the dock when you have flat, greasy, calm weather and good fishing.
Oh my
I mean,
God,
we're gonna
right?
do everything we can to keep it going. And like we changed next weekend. We're doing a Saturday morning departure, reverse day and a half, just to give people a chance to go out and do the Halloween thing with their kids. It's a hard day to book. It's kind of like 4th of July. it's a good family time. But we changed our departure to where it leaves Saturday morning, so you can go out, knock out 50 pounds of candy with the kids, and still get down and go on a trip.
I love it. Well, if somebody wants to take advantage of that trip or any of these trips that are coming up with the tribute, how do we find you, Mike?
Seaforth Landing, 619-224-3383. SeaforthLanding.com, TributeSportFishing.com. Then take a look at what we've been catching here lately on our social media. It's Tribute Sport Fishing on Facebook and Instagram.
Awesome. A great job, a great report. Appreciate it very much. We'll look forward to talking to you real soon, Mike.
All right, thank you guys.
All right,
Have
buddy.
a good day.
Appreciate that very much. Keep us up to date as those fish continue to bite and some good fishing.
Right?
It's just...
And I just looked at Tuesday night, Wednesday to Thursday morning's weather.
Oh,
beautiful. Like
we have 10 days of it coming.
Like as nice as our ocean gets.
Yeah. I hope that people are hearing and take advantage of what is sure to be one of the best weeks we've had during the season.
Yeah.
No doubt. Well, hey, let's jump back into those phones. They're jam-packed. Everybody's dying to talk to Doug.
The one and only Jim. Jim from National City. Good morning, Jim. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, Jim.
Morning, Jim.
Hey, morning, guys. Thank you, Corey. Hey, I got a question about Tackle Day. I'm fired up on Tackle Day. You got to watch that two-edged sword. You might win something beautiful there, and then you got to go win a nice reel or what have you. Then you get to go buy yourself a bitch and rod. So,
oh, darn.
There is a method to our madness.
I can't hardly wait. But I got a question. Is the lithium battery guy representative going to be there? I recently purchased a electric reel, the smaller Daiwa lithium, has a lithium battery. Are they going to be there at the show, or do you? And I know you're not a battery shop, but do you carry that battery for the Daiwa, the small? I'm too lazy to get up and look at the number, but anyway, maybe you can give me some information where I can get that lithium battery.
Yep, it's become a very mainstream thing to get. For quite a while there, you could buy the Daiwa reels, but you couldn't get the battery. And they're, you can just do a search online. And I believe that we keep some in stock, but they tend to go. So, if you buy that, the Daiwa electric reels, and we happen to be out, you can definitely get that online and fairly easily. And we can show you how, Jim.
The ones that we stock right now are the longer life. They're a little bit bigger batteries, but a lot of it's because so many guys have been using them for the deep drop swordfish where they're winding a lot of lead. The beauty of them is you can fish cod literally all day long and never burn through your battery. But it's a kit. Comes with a battery. It comes with a charger. Comes with this killer little neoprene case for your battery to keep the salt water off of it as much as possible. And then it also got these Velcro straps so that you can Velcro it to the foregrip of your rod, so you don't have the battery hanging down in your place. It's a killer little system. And I know we've got a few of them in stock right now. And if you were to get there on tackle days and you knew that was the thing, I would maybe get there towards the early side, but we'll have it waiting for you.
And here's another little tip on tackle day. If something's not on sale,
I knew you were going to say that.
Ask real nice to one of the guys, and they'll probably find a way to give you a little discount on it.
Yeah, because I know, that's such an obscure thing. I know, lithium battery for electric reel solo is not on the list. But I guarantee you, if you say something real nice to Brandon, you're going to get a discount on that battery.
Right.
There's no doubt about it. Hey, Jim, appreciate the phone call very much. Thanks a lot for that. Corey, you look like you had a good text here.
I do. I mean, you're talking deals and pricing, and Rory in Lakeside wants to know. He says, "Good morning, guys. Super excited for the sale. Will there be any deals on clothing and foul weather gear? I could use a set for slickers or a light waterproof jacket."
So definitely, we have Aftco, Fishworks, Salty Crew, all present, and we've got our line of Fisherman's Landing clothing. All of the basic stuff there is on sale. Specifically, foul weather gear is not, and so that's in the category of
ask nicely.
Of ask nicely. So that was a good follow-up to the previous question by Jim. There is, we carry, Grundens, and then the three that I mentioned, and then our own Fisherman's Landing stuff. Mainly the sweatshirts and that type of thing. But so what we have specifically on sale is the t-shirts and the shorts and the hats. Those 3 categories. That's the main clothing items people are going to be interested in. But yes, if
a lot of which too are really good deals. I mean, there's high end name brand shirts, are all flirting in that over $30 these days, and you're about to jump down below $20 on the first run best of the best stuff.
Yep. And also I know Fishworks has a lot of times some closeout items that we don't carry in the store. So it's kind of like that Olokai thing we talked about. You definitely want to hit up the Fishworks booth, because they will be selling right there in the parking lot, and some of the stuff that they're maybe discontinued a color, but it's still a perfectly good item, and a pretty darn good discount there.
And Lawrence is such a cool guy.
He's the best.
He's the kind of guy you actually, want to talk to, or if you get to see Jared from Salty Crew, if he's hanging around.
Yep.
It's these guys within the industry that you have a chance to come down and chat it up. And
the 3 major clothing companies that we carry, being Fishworks, Salty Crew, and AFCO, they all have one thing in common, and it's like they were all born here,
Southern California.
Lawrence's origin story is, peddling his, killer shorts on the docks out of a duffel bag before he got started. The AFCO MO1 shorts were designed from Bill and Milt fishing long range on the Royal Polaris and needing a short. And Jared and Salty Crew has grown up here fishing. It's just like
between San Diego Bay and Mission Bay.
Yeah, all of them have a very specific thing in common, and that's their roots are entrenched in the type of fishing that we do.
Yep. And they give back to the industry too. I mean, all of those companies are not just out to sell product. I mean, they're part of our fishing industry. They all have some roots also in the surf line
culture.
And so it's Salty
Which
Crew,
is where the good technical stuff is bred. The better materials and the quick dry and the no stain and then that all gets adapted to what we need as fishermen.
And you mentioned the MO1 AFCO short,
the original,
way back in the day. No shorts had ever thought about putting a plier pocket.
Yeah.
Every shorts now has a plier pocket.
Yeah.
Does that come from Greg?
From
Mr. Stotesbury?
I mean,
that era anyway.
For sure that era, but probably even before that. You know what I mean? That's how far back it goes. And it's cool. It's very, very fun. Well, we're running towards the end. There's just I know there's so much stuff to cover and so many things. I'm so excited about the mystery box, and I was hoping that you could give us a quick rundown of the difference between the inside and out. You mentioned the outside stuff and the inside stuff, but for those that aren't aware, there's multiple things going on with Fisherman's Landing in terms of buying good stuff.
Yep. So we set up a 40-foot by 10-foot booth outside, and anything that has been a Doug buying mistake, something that's been discontinued in the industry, things that we were overstocked on, we put outside in that booth. And a lot of the little stuff like the jigs and the line will be in yellow bins with yellow price tags. So if you see a yellow bin, I know we have some jigs out there that were $40 that are $3.95. I mean, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I know we have a 300-yard spool of Spectra.
Spectra remnant spools is a big one.
Well, but this isn't even the remnant spools, but we do have that as well. But we have Tough Line $59.95 300-yard spools for $9.95. So there's a lot of that kind of stuff, and we do have some first run clothing out there. Any rods and blanks that we have found a deal on, you're going to get a shot at some 50% off or better on blanks and rods. Everybody that's come to our shows knows the rod bins. I mean, they just get attacked early in the day.
And it's so hilarious because you see the 20 guys on the outside pointing and like, that was mine, that was mine.
All you hear is clink, 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 and you just see butts. It's like the trough at the, on the farm.
But they're killer deals.
But they are.
They're killer deals.
They legit are.
If you wanted to get into rod wrapping and just try it, I mean, the blanks, I don't even want to say the price because I've heard from people that have bought them, they're ridiculously inexpensive.
Yeah, guys will buy 5 blanks and wrap them up, and now they got rods for their family.
Yeah.
We have a ridiculous deal on some gaffs that are name brand first run that we purchased on a closeout. Last year we had a few, and they were gone.
Like heavy duty gaffs? Like
heavy duty, they're gold in color.
Whoa.
Aluminum,
Yes.
stainless heads, 2, 3, and 4 inch heads.
Crazy.
They rhyme with AFCO.
Right? Oh, crazy, man.
Yep.
It's just a fun day.
We made a buy on some short deck boots.
Oh God, how did we not mention that?
And they are $100 off.
What?
First run, killer on the rack right now.
What's
Tackle
wrong
Day
with
will
them?
be $100 off.
Nothing. We bought them on a closeout.
We bought them all. That's what's wrong with them.
And they're $134.95 retail. We're selling them for $34.95.
Are you kidding me?
No, there's stuff that there's no way to explain all of it, but stuff like that is definitely going on.
It's a day not to miss. I can't believe everything we've covered, and I know there's a lot more, and it's just a fun day next Saturday. Hey, we're going to be right back on Let's Talk Hookup. We're going to find out who's won this $100 gift card to Fisherman's Landing when we return on the Let's Talk Hookup app, YouTube, Facebook Live, and that 97.3 The Fan.
Enter into fall with powerful deals on new Yamaha outboards during Yamaha's Fall into Savings sales event. From now until December 8th, 2025, purchase a new eligible Yamaha 30 to 450 horsepower outboard and get up to 7 years of coverage protection plus up to $500 in dealer credit for 150 to 450 horsepower outboards. Looking for lower horsepower? Yamaha's got you covered. Purchase a new eligible Yamaha 2.5 to 25 horsepower outboard and receive up to $700 in dealer credit. Visit your local Yamaha dealer today. Yamaha, reliability starts here. Offer ends December 8th, 2025. Subject to change. Other restrictions and conditions apply. Select models exclude 24 or 36-month Yamaha extended service contract added to factory limited warranty. Choice offer to Florida residents is a 24 or 36-month Yamaha limited warranty. See authorized participating Yamaha outboard dealers for details. Cannot be used with any other Yamaha offer.
Lobster season is here, and success starts with the right gear. And no one does it better than Promar. Based in SoCal, Promar's Ambush Series hoop nets and accessories are trusted by the most dedicated lobster fishermen on the coast. If you're a serious lobster fisherman or a beginner, Promar makes the gear and shares the information you need to be successful on the water. Promar, the name behind more lobster limits than any other. Visit PromarIHE.com to gear up today.
If you're into saltwater fishing, Saturday, November 1st, it's Tackle Day at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego. We don't hold back on this one. Spectacular savings on a huge assortment of saltwater tackle. Over 20 tackle manufacturers reps teaching and showing the latest product. Join our free casting contest and show your surface iron casting skill. Amazing seminars by some of top names in the business. A huge raffle benefiting Rollo's kids. It's our biggest sale of the year. Tackle Day at Fisherman's Landing. Unbelievable pricing on tackle, clothing, accessories, and more. Saturday, November 1st.
Hi, my name is Chris Webb, and I'm one of the owners of Nature Fed Beef Company. We started Nature Fed to bring families the highest quality beef that you can get in Southern California. Did you know when you buy ground beef at the store, it can contain hundreds, if not thousands, of different cows? All our cows are pasture raised and pasture finished. They roam and graze on green grass miles away from any freeways, assuring low levels of cortisol and some of the best meat quality that you can get. These animals are raised in God's country in the Klamath Basin and just outside of Corning, California. We sell our cow shares in quarters, half, and full cows. This gives you a cut from every piece of the cow, and all the meat you buy comes from the same cow. We deliver it right to your door, packaged and ready for your freezer. Let's Talk Hookup listeners can enjoy $250 off any beef order with the code Hookup. Give us a call at 619-324-3555 to order, or visit naturefedbeef.com. $250 off any beef order with the code Hookup. Visit naturefedbeef.com.
Everyone has their go-to fishing spot. My spot is Kingfisher Charters in Sitka, Alaska. Rock Cod Rick here to say if you're looking for the ultimate Alaska experience and the best value in Alaska, it's Kingfisher Charters. Owner Seth Bone and his crew consistently deliver deluxe accommodations, the finest food, world-class fish processing, and top-of-the-line fishing experience. We've literally sent hundreds of our listeners to Kingfisher, and they all can't wait to go back. Most Alaska resorts make big promises, and they don't deliver, or they'll nickel and dime you to drive up the cost, but not Kingfisher. Everything is included. Your license, fish processing, super deluxe accommodations, amazing food, airport transfers, your gear. Literally all you need to bring is your layer clothing, and Kingfisher covers the rest. They also have the finest boats and charter captains in Sitka, all for the ultimate value. Take it from me, book your trip to Kingfisher Charters and you'll thank me. Kingfisher Charters. 800-727-6136 or check kingfishercharters.com.
All right, welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. And there can only be one winner. Doug's going to flip the coin, caller, texter.
Here we go.
And what is that, Rick?
We have
well,
the
texter on that side, so it's a caller. How about that?
The C has about worn off on the caller side of it, but indeed it is a caller.
And that's John and Escondido. Congratulations.
Doug's showing up for verification. It is indeed a caller. Nice going, John. Congratulations. Man, how fast was that 2 hours?
Lightning.
Too fast.
Yeah, crazy.
Lightning fast.
Well, again, Doug, we can't wait. Next Saturday, Tackle Day starts. You said it best, 6 a.m. The doors open for things inside the shop. The event itself, the fun, the contest, that'll get rolling around 9 o'clock. But you decide when it's right for you to come down and take advantage of this tackle. But do not just come buy your reel and bail. There's so much cool stuff happening.
Yep. Nope. We're looking forward to seeing everybody. If you have any questions during the week about what else is going on there, you can give us a buzz, 619-221-8506, and we will see you next Saturday.
Awesome. Great job, Doug. Appreciate it very much. Can't wait. I can't wait to see you all there. Going to be a great day at the sale. Hey, got a great show coming for you next Saturday. Bob Hoos from Costa and Dan Hume from Hume Termite next Sunday. Bill Varney, surf fishing expert. Big thanks to Adam for keeping us up on the app. Big thanks to Jeff for keeping us on the air and the fan. We'll look forward to seeing you next Saturday at Tackle Day, Fisherman's Landing Tackle, and we'll be right here on 97.3 The Fan.
KWFN and KWFN HD1 San Diego.
What's up, guys? It's Braden Soprenet. This show's all about you. Your
Jeff.
calls, your take.
Have a good weekend.
Let's talk. Weekdays, 10 to 2 on 97.3 The Fan.